Good morning everyone. Myself Ganesh here, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, ESITM, Shimoga. Today we are going to discuss about the assignment problems that have been given in the WhatsApp. So basically it consists of some of the assignments like on game theory, on pattern network diagrams, and how to calculate the critical path and critical activities, how to determine the critical activities, then some of the dominance problems. So coming to the first assignment problem, this is the problem. What we are observing this particular portion. So this was the problem, and they have asked you people to draw the network diagram by looking this particular portion. This was given in the examination. So by looking this particular portion, you need to draw the network diagram that we have completed here. So when you are drawing a network diagram like this, by using this particular question, you need to observe how many number of activities that has been there and what is the relationship between each activities. So for an activity A, there is no relationship. For activity B, C and E, there is a relationship, that is this B, C, E will going to start only when an activity A is been finished. Similarly, we need to observe for the remaining activity what is the relationship that has been there. That relationship that has been addressed here is predecessor. So that means unless and until a first activity A is completed, we cannot start the activities called B, C, E. If you want to start an activity B, C, E, you need to complete an A activity. Keeping in that mind, we have completed a network diagram. In this network diagram, we can observe some of the things like, so these circles indicates the nodes or events that should not be that should not be duplicated. That means if you have written one here, means you should not written once again one somewhere else. And if you have written an arrow mark, means it should be always represented by some activity name, A, B, C, something it should be named. So if a straight line with an arrow symbol, that means it should be highlighted by some alphabets that should indicate that is some activity. But some people may observe in the network diagram have written this 3 to 4, that is some connection, but it has been addressed as a dotted line. So that indicates it's a dummy activity. So it's a relation. So it's a dummy activity. So for that reason, we have not mentioned any activity name here. So why do you require this? Means without having this one, we cannot establish any relationship with respect to D, because as the name D indicates, D is an activity that will going to continue only when B and C are finished. But B and C both are emerging from A activity. B and C will going to start only when A is finished. So B, as A as soon as finished at the point node point 2, B and C are getting started, but they have to end up at the same node, that is to address for the next activity D, means it is not possible. So that means either we can have burst or merge. We cannot have the both the concept at a time. That means we cannot include here. We can observe it is a burst event. The same thing that cannot be connected. That means this B also cannot be connected for the 3. To have a merge, that is not possible. For that reason, we have introduced a dummy activity addressed by a dotted line. So that indicates the activity C will going to continue here also. That means B and C together to have an activity D. So that the students has to practice. So before addressing for or before writing straight away in the examination, they should know what are the activities and what are the relationship, whether there is any dummy activity like this it will going to arise or not. And unless until if it is necessary or not, we need to look it carefully. If it is not necessary, we should not introduce. Unnecessary introduction of a dummy variable or dummy activity means it's an error in the network diagram. Now here it's a mandatory, so we have been introduced that one. Apart from, there is not much any difficulty here. We can continue with respect to, if you want to start an activity H, means F and G should be finished. F is finished and G is finished. After that H is started. For F, D and E should be finished. E is finishing, D is finishing here, and after that we have an F activity. That means these are all merging. These are all merging, then this activity is getting started. So people should aware of this introduction of dummy activity to complete this particular problem. Then coming to the next problem, this is a problem based on dominance rule. It's a 3 cross 3 matrix. That means number of rows are 3, number of columns are 3. They have asked this problem in the examination. Solve it by dominance rule method and verify and calculate its value of the game. So we know the dominance rule. We will check each row whether a particular row is dominant over the other row. While you are cross-checking, we are cross-checking started from R1 to R2, then R2 to with respect to R3, then R1 with respect to R3. Thinking any possibility, thereby we have been observing with respect to step 1. When I are observing step 1, R3 elements, the complete R3 elements, that is 2, 1, 6, they have been dominating over R1. That means 2, 1, 2 is same. 1 minus 2 means R3 is dominant. 6, 4 means R3 is dominant. That means entire row is dominating here over R1. So in the row, as per the dominance rule, we will always delete or erase the minimum one. So for that reason, we are deleting the R1. Once we delete the R1, the remaining is R2, R3, column 1, column 2, column 3. So it has been reduced to 2 rows. Now we need to check for only the columns. So with respect to the columns, I have written in the step 2, it is column 3 and column 1 when you have compared. We need to cross check with respect to the every possibility. The possibility that has been arising here, column 3 and column 1. So column 3 has compared with respect to column 1 means 2 compared with respect to 1, 6 compared with respect to 2. That means column 3 is greater than column 1. In column, we will try to delete the maximum one. Since as it is satisfies the dominance, so we are deleting in the column the maximum one. The maximum here it is 2, 6. The entire elements satisfies with respect to the when you compare with respect to the next column. So when a particular dominance will be satisfied as per this relation, then a particular column will going to be eliminated. Here the column will going to become maximum. In the column, maximum elements are deleted. So now the matrix has been reduced. The given payoff matrix, this payoff matrix, instead of 3 of 3, that is 3 cross 3, this payoff matrix now it has been reduced to 2 cross 2, having rows second and third row R2 and R3, having columns C1 and C2. These elements have been compared with respect to these elements A, B, C, D. The values of A is 1, B is 4, C is 2, D is 1. Use the formula for value of the game and find out its value. And we have found that the answer is positive. That means it is favoring for the player A, where the match has been played between player A and player B. Since the result we have obtained is a positive one, obviously it will be favoring for the player A. Then the probability of each activity or each strategy, probability of each strategy that a player is going to pick. That means player A is having 3 strategies, A1, A2, A3. Player B is having 3 strategies, B1, B2, B3. The probabilities also has been calculated by using the formula. And finally we have been show them in a box where since this particular row 1 is not there, this value is going to become 0. Then the remaining is R2 and R3. Sum of the probabilities will be always equal to 1. So we have calculated the one of the probability in row. Other probability is going to be always 1 minus of this answer. That means it is going to become 3 by 4. So that means 0, 1 by 4, 3 by 4. Similarly, the probability of the column. The column we have the formula and we have substituted the formula and we have obtained this answer. The other probability of the second one will be 1 minus of this answer. That is going to become simply 1 by 4. So the column thing that is already eliminated. So that means its value is going to become 0. So this was with respect to the dominance, where we have now the procedure how to calculate the value of the game, how to calculate the probabilities of each strategies when a matrix that has been given, whether it might be 3 cross 3 or 4 cross 4 or 5 cross 5, whatever it may be the size of the matrix, whether it may be square or also not a square, we can use the dominance easily. So this is another problem that is based on network diagram. Here we try to find out for the what is the critical path, what are the paths that are available, and what is the critical path, and what is the value of the critical path, and what are the critical activities that has been there. So in the examination they have given, this is the problem. What you are observing, this particular portion, this is an activity, and each activity, this 1 2 is an activity, 1 3 is an activity, 1 4 is an activity. Each of this activity is going to consume some amount of time durations. This is also the activities that will also consume some amount of time durations. That means this will run like this. These are the activities, and those are the time duration that they have been consumed by each of those activities. So in this particular case, if you are observing, the starting node will be 1 and the end node will be the 9. So in the answer, this entire portion is an answer. So with respect to the question, the starting node is 1, that we have kept starting node as 1, and the end node is 9, that we have kept the end node as 9. Between them we have plenty of other nodes interconnecting each other to establish some relationship. So then they have connected, they will want to produce some activities. So at the center we have mentioned the time durations. Later we have calculated the paths. So with respect to the question, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. That is an activity. The next one is 2 to 5. Next one is 3 to 6, 3 to 7, 3 to 6, 3 to 7, then 4 to 6, then 5 to 8, 7 to 8, 6 to 9, then 8 to 9. When you are observing this particular video, you looks like it will be very easy. But when you started without looking this particular diagram, if you try on your own, you find some of the difficulties that some of the students may written 6 here or 7 here, means it is not possible to connect the arrow mark. If this node position interchange, if 7 comes here, if 6 goes here, means it will be difficult. We cannot have a cross link of the arrows. So no arrow should not cross link each other, they should not cross each other. And you cannot represent an arrow mark in the reverse direction. That means from right to left, the arrow representation should not be there. If you are observing here, all the arrows have been represented from left to right, either in the horizontal position or in some inclined position, but they should not cross each other. For example, 3 to 6 is an activity and 4 to 6 is an activity. They should not cross each other like a multiplication symbol. That will arise when you have interchanged this 6 and 7. If you have forgotten or if you are not able to analyze properly, then the chances of interchanging this one, when you interchange this one, it will obviously cross link. So when you are practicing, first try to analyze it and try to practice with pencil. If you have enough confidence, then straight away do it with respect to pen. So with respect to the path, means this is the path 1 2 5 8 9. This is one path. Whatever the duration that comes there, just keep on adding them. 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 1 7, 7 plus 3 10. That is the value. Second path is 1 3 7 8 9. What are the values is been there? 2 plus 5, 7 7 plus 4, 11 11 plus 3 14. Then similarly 1 3 6 9. Then similarly 1 4 6 9. So when you calculate the time duration, total time duration that has been consumed from starting to the end node, means it will be 10 14 15 9, out of which the maximum one will be the 15, that will be addressed as the critical path. And whatever the time duration which is corresponding to this path will be having the activities 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. Those are called as critical activities. The critical activities are 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. 3 critical activities. This is the first critical activity. This is the second. This is the third activity. That is the 3 critical activities that has been present in this particular critical path. So and this critical path should be differentiated with respect to the other path. When you are observing this network diagram with respect to the other arrows, it is having double line. We need to differentiate with respect to the other path by this critical path, means we need to show a double arrow mark, which indicates it is a critical path which consumes maximum amount of time duration in your project. Next problem. It's also a simple one that has been given in the examination. simply total of 5 activities that has been there, which is consumes some time duration and which is having some relationship is also there. Try this one, and it is having only 2 paths, and the time duration we have calculated. One is having 22 and another is having 25. So obviously 25 is going to consume more amount of time. That will be the critical path, and the critical activities which will be noted there have been addressed here also. I hope you can solve this particular problem. Coming to the next one. So in this particular problem, in the previous problem, the time duration has been given straightly. The time duration have been given straightly in all these problems. But here, the time duration has been addressed in terms of 3 basic terms. That has been optimistic time, most likely time, pessimistic time. If they have been addressing like this for each of the activities, that is A, M, B, the time duration, then you need to calculate this one Ta by using this particular formula. That is T naught plus 4Tm plus Tp. T naught means this A, then Tm means this M, then Tp means this particular portion, that is P. So use that one, calculate the Ta value for each of the activities. Whatever this activities is there, for each activities you need to calculate the Ta. So once you have calculated the TA for each of the activities, then first you need to observe for this particular portion activity. When the problem have been given like this, it does not require any precedence because it has been given straight away. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 always starts from 1. 1 is end up at 2, 1 is end up at 3, 1 is end up at 4. That is 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. That means obviously it is an burst event. From a single node, they are all emerging. And this particular activity finishes at 2, here it will finishes at 3, here it will going to finishes at 4. Then 2 to 5 means 2 will be the starting node, 5 will be the end node. 2 will be the starting node and 5 will be the end node. 3 to 5 means 3 will be the starting node, 5 will be the end node. 4 to 6 means 4 will be the starting node, 6 will be the end node. 5 to 6 means 5 will be the starting node and 6 will be the ending node. And the center of that we need to represent the values. The values has been calculated here, and we need to represent that values, and we need to identify the path. This is the first path, this is the second path, this is the third path. I will repeat: first, second, third path. So after that, the path which consumes maximum amount of time duration, that will be addressed as the critical path, and the containing activities are going to be addressed as critical activities. The next one, so it is also similar to the previous one. One the thing is the number of activities has been increased. So you need to be careful when you are joining the arrow marks. So if you change the arrow marks, sometimes it will get over cross or cross each other. You should be careful. You need to avoid that one, crossing of activities. Otherwise it will be straightforward problem, you can do it. So in this particular last problem, it's based on dominance. So what have been already addressed in the dominance, we need to cross check with respect to each rows. That means the elements which have been present in the each row with respect to the neighboring elements of the each row, or else the elements in the each column should be compared with respect to the elements of the neighboring column. So the given, whatever this is a payoff matrix, it containing total 4 rows and 4 columns. That means it's a 4 cross 4 payoff matrix. Our role is, you need to solve this particular problem by a dominance method. Is it possible to bring it to a 2 cross 2? Try it. So if it is possible to bring 2 cross 2, then use the formula and solve it. If it is not possible for to convert it to a 2 cross 2 means, try to convert at least for a graphical method, that is m cross 2 or 2 cross m. Then use the graphical method. Now we have approached the problem procedure. So in this problem procedure, I have written everything. So you go ahead. So that is the step 1, that is the row R1 that has been compared with respect to the row R3. R1 elements are 3, 2, 4, 0. R3 elements are 4, 2, 4, 0. When you have compared, 3 and 4 means obviously R3 is bigger. Then rest of the elements are same. Since R3 is bigger when compared with respect to the R1, it satisfies the dominance, it does not violate. What is the meaning of violation means? So when you compare R2 and R3, 3, 4, R3 is bigger, but 4, 2, now R2 is bigger. That means no more R3 is bigger. That means it is violating the dominance. So that should not be there. If you want to delete, it should not be considered. It should not violate the dominance. So in the step 1 we have done for that reason R1 and R3. When you compared R1 and R3, obviously R3 is bigger and the remaining elements are same, no problem. So in the row we are deleting the minimum. So for that reason 3240 has been eliminated. The remaining rows has been written. Now there is no more operation with respect to row, we have carried with respect to the column. So in the column means C1, C2, C3, C4 we have compared with respect to the first and third column. First column elements are 3, 4, 0. Third column elements are 2, 4, 0. Obviously when you compare 3 is bigger, rest of the elements are same. That means in the column that is C1 is dominant over C3, in the column we will delete the maximum. That means we want to delete this particular portion, the remaining that has been addressed here. Now if you try to apply any dominance, it is not possible. If you compare with respect to any one of the row with respect to the other row or any one of the column with respect to the other column, it is not possible to bring the dominance. So for that reason we have taken the average of the two rows and comparing with respect to the other row. So when you are doing this particular procedure, keeping in mind we should not able to delete this because it is a combination of two rows. Our aim is to delete either a particular row or a particular column that is containing only single row or single column. But this has been taken only to satisfy that the dominance has been satisfied or not. Even though dominance has been satisfied sometimes, we cannot able to delete two rows or two columns. That is the rule. Because, so I have written here, I have taken the average of R3 plus R4. When I have taken the average of R3 plus R4 means, 4 plus 2 means 6, 6 by 2 means 3, this is 2, this is 4, that means 3, 2, 4. Answer is going to becomes, the second row is 4 to 4, average of the next two rows will going to become 3 to 4, that means obviously it will going to become, this one is bigger, the topper one is bigger, then the next two will going to become, when you are taking the average of the next two, that is 240408, when you have taken the average of these two, the average of that answer is 324. It will be less when you compare with respect to the top row. That means I need to eliminate the average value. Average value, if you are eliminating means you are eliminating R3 and R4 indirectly. That is not possible. For that reason, we have not included that one. We have go for further in depth. Instead of row, we tried for the average with respect to the column. Now here we have taken the average of the third and fourth column. When you taken the average of the third and fourth column, what is the answer of this one? Average is going to become 3, 2, 4. That is, this one is 4 to 4. Average of this one is 2 plus 4 means 6, 6 by 2 means 3. Here it is going to become 2, here it is going to become 4. That means these elements are same. This means this will obviously column 2 is greater. Column 2 is a single one that has been greater when compared with respect to the average of these values. Hence the column 2 has been deleted since it has the dominance. The remaining values that has been kept here. The remaining values are just 244008 that has been kept here. Once again in the row wise we have taken the average. We have now we are able to eliminate the another row. The left out answer is 4008. That has been compared and its values have been calculated, and finally we have been in a position to address the probability of each strategy that they have been appearing. So what is the value of the game? The value of the game is 8 by 3 and the probability of each strategy. Since at the end we have R3 and R4 only means obviously R1 R2 value is going to become 0. And at the end we have only C3 C4 means obviously the strategy of C1 and C2 is also going to become 0. Remaining things what we have calculated the strategies by using the formulas that has been left out. So I hope you have understood. Thank you.